Something that I've noticed more and more on my TikTok feed are all these old school Minecraft videos. The pictures and music fading in reminded me of when I first got Minecraft. I was 9 when Minecraft came out, and the way I found out was looking at YouTube in the computer lab in my elementary school. When I first saw it, the video didn't even have 100,000 views compared to its now 165 million views. I feel quite lucky to have seen it when I did, because after that I began to bug my parents to get the game for me, but they said I needed to earn this one. I won't bore you with all the details, but after 3 weeks of working around the house, I finally got it. Most of you, if not all of you, probably have the same feeling that I did when first creating my first ever world, getting to set foot in an unfamiliar, strange world that we would begin to love in time. I wish I could talk about all the experiences I had in my first ever world, but there isn't enough time in the day to talk about that. After a few months of playing Minecraft on my mom's computer, I got my very own Xbox 360. As I booted up Minecraft once again, I knew that nothing had ever changed, and I love that. I want you to imagine this little 1,000 by 1,000 block world. At spawn, there were 2 mountains covered in oak and birch trees, a lake at the bottom, and past the lake, another oak forest, and all of this was surrounded by water as far as the eye could see. This may not sound that impressive, but for a 10-year-old me, this world was a playground of infinite possibilities. I would occasionally go back and watch the original Minecraft trailer, seeing the little mountain house, the castle, and roller coaster. Over time, I began to make my own version of all those, where I had a railway that went through my house on the mountain, and inside the forest off in the distance, a castle with a tiny church inside. The idea of making a church originated from a YouTuber named Paulsoaresjr. In his Minecraft series Minecraft Dad, him and his kids built all of these crazy buildings that no one could ever think of, and on the outskirts laid this tiny little church all by itself. They built this church to defend and slay monsters without destroying their little buildings in the city. I used many ideas that they had, like using a trench system to hit mobs' feet without getting hurt, a bridge that only I can cross, and an escape route if things went south. I would go over every night to defend my church by myself, which is where I died most of the time, but it was exhilarating, fighting for my life while killing what felt like endless hordes of mobs, when in reality, it could have just been 5 or 6 mobs attacking me. Flash forward to over a decade where I still play Minecraft, and I get on about once or twice a week. The game has changed since my first world on the Xbox 360. I still love to see the beautiful landscape the world gives me, but I thought it'd be fun to go back and play the original version of Minecraft to see if it still holds that magic that I think it has. I loaded into a new world and heard the music play like it always does, but this time it felt different. It felt like I haven't grown a day since my Xbox 360 world. I did what all players do when starting a new world. I gathered wood, stone, and built myself a little 2x2 dirt hut to spend my first night in. Once nighttime passed and morning started, I went into a nearby cave, seeing how easy these old caves used to be. There was no falling down a bottomless pit and fighting 30 mobs to stay alive, all just because you looked at 2 pieces of iron. I walked out of these caves with vast new riches and built myself a better house. It may not seem like a lot, but I was there to defend my home. It felt strange to walk around, not worrying about having to learn all these new mechanics for something that I would never use, like all of these updates that have been forcing upon us. This was peaceful, yet freeing to know that I can make whatever I wanted in my world. As I spent more and more time in this world, I began making a railway off into the distance to look at the beautiful ocean with the hill that my house stands upon. I played that world for about 20 hours already, but I see myself playing even longer. I like the new updates that are out, but I don't think Minecraft will have that same magic compared to its old school counterpart, which is a shame. The joy of building what I want, exploring the world, and reliving old memories is the best feeling you could ever get. To me, I know we all have our own first Minecraft experience, but we all can share the feelings of joy getting our first diamonds. frustration of falling into lava and losing your inventory, and the satisfaction of completing a project that you spent hours on, and most importantly, not stressing about the real world. It didn't matter how long you played on your world, just you enjoying this silly game about blocks is all that mattered. And no matter how many games that come in and out of trend, companies creating new IPs, Minecraft will always be a game that holds a special place in our hearts.